Good morning, everyone, and welcome to River City Plus, the show after the show where we get to take a deep dive into what is going on in the community. And I have two leaders here who are going to be sharing with us something new to my radar, the Melanin Market. So, ladies, welcome to River City Plus. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you so much. We're glad to be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's exciting. And I was so excited that your organization reached out that said that you were willing to share more because it sounds like you have a lot of different activations going on that the community needs to know about. So can you kick us off and just tell me how this started?
The Melanin Market has been around for going on 9 years. We started out as a. We started
Don't want you
out.
to miss anything.
That's okay. We started out as a platform for small businesses, small minority businesses, to get the focus out so that people will know, so that they can come in and support.
Yeah, fantastic. And how about you? How did you get involved?
So I've been working with the Melanin Market for quite some time now, and they came to us and asked us if we could help their microgrants that will elevate the small businesses that are showcasing their goods at the quarterly market.
Yeah, fantastic. So how has this come into play for some of the local entrepreneurs that have been participating? Because we've met so many small businesses on the show, and the number one challenge is getting that financial backing, because obviously sometimes traditional banking isn't the answer because you need so much for it. So how have these micro grants helped transform some of the vendors from the market?
In so many different ways. For one, startup, even though they're smaller grants, we do $500 mini grants, and we usually give out about 5 to 10 of them. Just depends on the support we get. People buy merchandise, they buy supplies, the things they need. We've even had a lady her daughter wrote a book that helped her, write her book. It's just been so many different ways that we have seen that the grants have helped so many in the community.
And when it comes to incorporating these grants, is there any financial advice that goes along with that? Because I think that is another challenge too as a small business owner. It's how do you allocate these things? Is it supplies? Is it renting space? Like, where do these things come into play? So in addition to the grant support, is there advice or support that comes along with that?
Well, I would recommend that any small business owner really have a deep and personal relationship with their banker. We are a local financial institution, Community First is, and we like having those relationships. We like seeing them grow. We like being able to mentor and really talk to them about the best use of their funds.
That's fantastic. I love that it's a kind of a wraparound when it comes to that, because you're ensuring that there's longevity there. Because,
absolutely,
in terms of what you've seen and growth from some of the vendors and the partners of the Melanin Market, how has this changed lives for them?
A lot of them, it's changed life because they've gone from being a vendor to now they have a brick and mortar. And those are the things that we're wanting, and we want to push forward in the community. We want people to grow their business, start small, and then we can help you, because the Melanin Market, we do monthly, twice a month, we do different programs. So we talk about financial, we talk about startups, we talk about marketing, just to help people kind of understand where their business needs to go.
Mm-hmm. That's so much that has to go into building a business, and just to put yourself out there in the community. Seeing something like that grow. So how does that make you feel, leading something like this, where you can see somebody who started off, at a folding table, kind of farmer's market style, and now you're like, their name's literally in lights above their own business?
I don't even have words. I mean, it's just so magnificent to see that people are really taking the chance and taking, a risk to say, you know what, I'm going to get out on my own. I'm going to try something new. And then to see it just kind of come to fruition, it's just like, wow, this is exactly the whole point of the Melanin Market.
And how do you feel working for a financial institution that, sometimes we can look at it and say, oh, it's like, big bank, big business out here. But how do you feel being part of an institution that's making sure that there is a microscope on the local community and making sure that they get the financial resources they need?
So it's a credit union that was founded right here in Jacksonville. I mean, that's really, our purpose is to really help empower our community to do better. We also know that becoming your own boss, there's a lot of freedom in that, but it takes, creativity, courage, and some cash to make that happen. And that's where, we are excited about this partnership to be able to provide that for the business owners.
I love that. Creativity, courage, and
cash. Yes.
Yeah, this is like the triangle I didn't know we needed to talk about. So making sure that you are contributing to those things, because you contribute to one side of that triangle and so do you. when businesses come to you and maybe they're having a challenging time, I'm sure you've seen, triumphs and failures for businesses. What is a piece of advice that you would offer to people maybe interested in getting involved in the melanin market or interested in applying for a microgrant?
For me, I think one of the things is just know your business. Know what business you're in. Look at the numbers, make sure it makes sense. Because again, one of the things that we do is we want you to tell us about your business. That's one of the ways to qualify. Give us a 60-second video of what you're going to do with the funds. I think once you kind of have an idea of what you want and what you're doing, I think it's better served, and it helps because that's what you want to do. At the end of the day, it's about your bottom line. And that's where, our partners with Community First comes in, because those things are going to help propel the businesses forward.
I kind of want to steal that idea for River City Live. Guys, can we start having people send us a 60-second video pitch of how things are going to go here? I think that's a great idea. How about you? What's your piece of advice?
My piece of advice is certainly just be passionate about what you're doing. In some businesses, you can tell that there's not passion behind it, and I think that's the driving force for any small business owner, is to know your craft, but also be passionate about it as well.
I think that's fantastic advice. What would you say to somebody who maybe was hesitant about going the grant route? Because we know that so many, especially female entrepreneurs, they're strong, they're independent, and they don't necessarily want to ask for help or a handout. How can you share with them that this is actually a really great opportunity? And this is what a lot of big businesses do, is that they actually go out and spend other people's money before you spend your own.
I think you took the words out of my mouth. I think if you can get monies from other sources so that you don't have to use your own, I think that is a major thing. And I think one of the things that I would encourage people to do is take a chance. Take a chance on yourself. Take a chance on your creativity. Take a chance. And I think that's one of the major things that a lot of people get stuck, like, should I do this? They're doubtful. I'm like, no, take a chance, because you never know where it's going to lead to. So most people who start things don't know how it's going to pan out. But if you take a chance, you'll never know.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's fantastic advice. You mentioned something that I want to expand on. You mentioned credit union. What is the difference between that and a traditional bank? My family was always very adamant that you need to be a member of your local credit union. Why is that important for a local business owner?
One of the greatest things is that our members are our owners. They are our shareholders, and so they have a voice in how we do our business. And so, really, we were originally founded as the Teachers Credit Union, but we have grown over time and now offer business and personal products and services to anyone in our community. So I think that's just knowing that we are a not-for-profit. So any type of income that we get, we turn around and give it back to our members.
That's huge. And I feel like it really aligns with your mission, making sure that whatever awareness, products, that are coming back around, it's going back to people who are members of the Melanin Market.
Absolutely. And I appreciate Community First so much for what they do, because a lot of big banks don't want to get involved in grassroots operations. And I think we are one of the only people who in the grassroots market that gives out the grants the way we do. And so I appreciate what it is and how they partner with us, because we really do need that help. And we appreciate the credit union for coming in, because again, big banks, they don't really look at us that way.
I love that you started with teachers. It's almost, because it's such a it's a humble beginning. No one's like, oh, the millionaire teacher down the street. She teaches third grade. And
Right.
And sometimes
Right.
small business starts out that way. But It's wonderful that you, like you said, you have a banking and a financial partner that supports that. And
Absolutely.
And highlights the fact that no dream is too small, because they have such big potential.
Absolutely. Dream big.
Exactly. Dream big. We're all doing it every day, manifesting. So how can we as a community in the 904 continue to support you, the growth of the Melanin Market? And that makes me want to go open an account at this credit union right now. I like the way they do business.
I say, first of all, go to our website, see what we're doing, come out and support. We not only have quarterly markets, but we have many markets every month. Come to some of our workshops that we have. Come out and support. We are open to all kinds of ideas, new creativity, new sponsors. Come out and see exactly what, the community has to offer. And I think you'll be so overwhelmed and surprised.
Yeah, I'm I know we'll be impressed.
Yes.
I know we'll be impressed, and I'm so impressed with both of you ladies. Just
you.
opening up your knowledge, because that's the biggest thing, is ensuring that we can share our successes and our failures with other people so that they can learn from what we know, and the business knowledge that you both have accumulated is impressive.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me today on River City Plus, sharing your time with us in the studio. They've got to go give out more grants and change lives and make dreams come true. You're like the fairy godmothers of grants.
Absolutely.
I love that. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us here on River City Plus. I'll make sure that you have the links for both of these institutions below so that you can check them out and maybe make your small business dream big.